And yeah, like the video, comment, all that. I have to say these things at the start of the video because most people don't watch until the end. Anyway, like the video, comment, subscribe. Hello, my name is Hugo, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to discuss some books that I really want to read, but that kind of like scare me. Or not in a horror kind of way, but more like, what's the word? Intimidate me. So these books kind of like intimidate me, and that's the reason why I still haven't read them. I really want to read them, but I keep putting them off. That makes sense, right? I'm not the only one like that, right? Okay, first I want to get this one out of the way because most of you are here for fiction books, but I also read philosophy. Well, not that much, but I really want to read more of it. So first one is just not necessarily Human All Too Human or Beyond Good and Evil, but just Nietzsche in general. Nietzsche, I started Human All Too Human and I read like a small black, like little black penguin books or something. Aphorisms of Love I read. And I don't understand it. It's very difficult, and they say you have to read a lot of philosophy before you can get into Nietzsche. But I really want to get into him because, yeah, he's one of the greater modern philosophers. But yeah, I basically just have to read more philosophy before I read Nietzsche. But I really want to read him. Anywho. So, first fiction I want to talk about is... Yeah, you're gonna see a pattern here. Most of them are just very thick boys, like this one. Can you guess which this one is? It's, of course, Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. I really want to read Hobbit as well. Haven't read that one too. And that's not even that long. So, I'm sorry, the lighting is awful. That's better. Yeah. Okay, so I really want to read this one. It's a very pretty book. This one at least. But yeah, I hear that the writing hasn't aged all too well. But it's kind of quintessential fantasy to read, I guess. It's also very long, and I have watched the movie, so I kind of know already what's going on. So yeah, I keep putting it off, and I hope I read it this year. I'm not even sure about that. Yeah, next up my buddy... next up my buddy Sean? No, it's not Sean, it's Sam. Next up my buddy Sam is gonna be like, nah, just don't worry about it, don't read it. And because he hates this book. And it's Moby Dick. I have this cool, very old version, which is on my Instagram. Go follow me there. This one, I also really don't have to explain why. I wouldn't read this copy because it's in very old Dutch. And not even the Dutch we still speak, so obviously I can understand it, but it's not very pleasant to read. So I would just pick up a newer version, but can I put it like this? Yes, I'm just gonna put it like this. They're gonna be higher and higher. But yeah, Moby Dick. It's very difficult to read, I guess, and also very boring, some say. Very slow. Sometimes it's just like chapter upon chapter about sailing, and basically it's like non-fiction and how to sail. And I will probably never sail in my life, however cool that may be. But yeah, it doesn't seem all too interesting most of the time, but it's like one of the greater novels ever written, so they say. So I guess if you like to read or love to read, this one is kind of like necessary to have read at least one time in your life. So I really want to, but again, I'm scared. That's all I can say about it. Next up, this may not seem like very much, but it's The Stand, and it's absolutely massive. It's like 1400 pages in this copy. It's quite heavy as well. Yeah, The Stand. It's a Stephen King novel. I have read it, which is another one of his like very long novels, but it took me like ages. It took me 3 months or something. I picked up the book, then I read a couple of hundred pages, put it down, read something else, picked it up again, read a couple of hundred pages, got tired of it, put it down, and I loved that one. So it's like I really love it, but it's so long that I'm somebody who can't or won't read multiple books at a time. So I can read like 2 fiction novels at the same time. So I read like 80 pages in that one and then 50 pages in that one. No, I can't function like that. I really want to start a story and finish it. But when it takes that long, I really want to finish other books as well. Does that make sense? So I don't like to start I don't like to start like very long novels, although most of the books I pick are 500 plus pages anyway. So, but these are like 1200 plus pages, so it's still a difference. Yeah, I can read like 4 books, 4 shorter novels, or just this one, which is why I keep putting it off, I guess. But yeah, I really want to read it. It's one of his better works, they say. Some like it more than it, some like it more. I think it's very 50-50. But yeah, it's like about a pandemic too, so it's kind of like a great time to start it. But it's just so long, man. It's just so long. I thought maybe the show was gonna hype me up, but I read some IMDb reviews and it's god-awful reviews, so I guess not. Then next up I have War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. Sam Dawson, actually, to give him another shout out. He's working on like 4-part video, I think, to start longer novels, which might push me in the right direction. And he's I forgot, did he already finish it or not? Yeah, I think he did. So he finished War and Peace recently, and he also like postponed it for a very long time in his life, and he's very happy that he picked it up finally. So it's again a very long novel. This copy has like 900 pages, but the font or letter type or however you call it is very small in this copy, so it's very heavy to read. Again, it's a classic.
It's always a classic, always a classic.
So the language isn't gonna be very fluently written, I guess. It's also a translation, so yeah, I just keep grabbing other things first. And this is like, upon critics, the greatest novel of all time, War and Peace. You hear it a lot in like TV shows or something, when somebody reads a book and they ask like, how is it? And they're like, well, it's no War and Peace, but it's alright, I guess. So War and Peace is like this measurement of greatness, book-wise. So yeah, again, it's like Moby Dick. You have to have read it at least once in your entire life. But yeah, it's very long too. So next up, another classic. Yeah, I'm gonna discuss the ones I own physically. So I already own them, but I keep postponing them anyway. It's The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas.
As it's French, and French is classy.
Yeah, again, another very long one. This one is also like almost 900 pages, but again, the font is very small, which I don't mind necessarily, but it's very heavy to read. And yeah, it's gonna take me a long time again. And yeah, it's basically the greatest revenge story ever, and I love myself a great revenge story. Not that revenge is good, guys, but yeah, it's again one of the greater ones, and I don't think I ever heard like bad things. Not like Moby Dick. You hear a lot of times that people say like, whoa, that was rough to get to. I'm glad I did, but it was rough to get to. With this one, I don't hear that quite often, or ever actually. So I guess if you read it, you're very happy that you did. But yeah, for some reason I keep postponing it. I don't know why. Well, I know why. I just said why, but you get what I mean.
I'm afraid! Alright? You wanna hear me say it? You wanna break me down? Alright, I'm afraid! For the first time in my life, I'm afraid.
Then it's... Yeah, hang on. I'm such a fucking pro. So my mic was resting on this book. It's Don Quixote. I think it's pronounced by Cervantes. I'm not sure if I pronounced it right. Spanish people, you can let me know if I butchered it. It's a long run, but not that long like the rest. This one is 750 with the same font as the others. 750 pages. No clue what it's about, but the cover looked dusty, but it didn't. It's just a cover. No reason, no clue what it's about. I know they both like travel, and I hear it's very comedic, especially for the time when it was written. But yeah, no clue what it's about. I don't want to know. But again, I hear great things about it. I postpone it because it's a very big novel and because it's a classic. Then the next ones I don't have a physical copy of, so I will put a picture. It's a Wheel of Time series by Jordan. God, fucking damn it. What was his name? Robert Jordan, right? Robert Jordan, yeah. So it's the entire Wheel of Time series. I just got into fantasy because of Brandon Sanderson, and Wheel of Time is why he got famous. God, I hope my mic is plugged in right. And Wheel of Time is why he got, well, I don't know if it's why he got famous, but yeah, he finished the series because Robert Jordan died before he could finish it. And I hear that he did it very well. But it's just a very long series, and I don't like to start long series in general. So yeah, and I hear a lot of the times that as well that it's like after book 4 it's a bit slow for like 3 entire books and then get good again. I guess the middle of a book can be slow for me, but 3 entire books, and not small books either. So it's like, do I want to start that? Because I don't want to start a series and then not finish it. Yeah, but I really want to start a series too, because so many people are like very passionate about it. Yeah, I don't know. I might just watch the show on Amazon when it comes out. Does that make me a bad person? Sorry. Yeah, next up. Oh, I have a physical copy of that. I'll do it as last. So then, next up, where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, then number 8 is The Way of Kings and the Stormlight Archive in general. Now, I absolutely love the names slip my mind. God damn it. The ones I read from Sanderson. Mistborn 1 and 2. Anyway. Will of Ascension. The first one is something with an empire. Final Empire. So I loved Final Empire and Will of Ascension, and I will 100% read Hero of Ages this year. However, Stormlight Archive I hear is better than Mistborn. Well, most people say that anyway. But it's like the stance intimidates me because it's more than 1,000 pages, and that's a standalone book. Stormlight Archive are right now 5 books, and I guess each of them has 1,000 plus pages. Not sure about that. It's around 1,000. 5 books of 1,000 pages. I'm not a fast reader, guys, so yeah, it's gonna take me an eternity to finish that. So yeah, it kind of scares me. It's just these are big books. These are big books, and I can either read a lot of good books or I can read these 5 good books. So I don't know what to do. Yeah, Stormlight Archive. I have no clue what it's about. It's fantasy, and it sounds very, very good. Yeah, it still scares me though. Oh yeah, no, that was number 9 because I showed Nietzsche, but it's over there. So now, as last one, all of these, and this is not gonna show them all, but like the Dark Tower series by Stephen King. I keep postponing them because one, apart from the first one, they are pretty big ones. Well, second one and the third one and the fourth one aren't too bad. Anyway, but they are pretty long novels. That's one. Two, it's a big series. How many are there? Like 7, and then some novels in between. Then third reason, I hear the first book. It's like 300 pages or something, so it's not that long, but I hear it's just basically a prologue. Hang on. What? Where was I? I forgot where I was. Okay, so I hear the first one is basically a prologue for the entire series, which is fine, I guess, but it's not the best way to start a long series because it's an entire book. But yeah, I hear good things about it, I hear bad things about it. But then again, another very big reason that I don't want to start yet is because I really want to read a lot of other Stephen King books first before I get into this one. Because a lot of you may know this, some may not, but Stephen King writes in this great multiverse. I'm not sure if he intended to do it like that from the very start, but as it is now, it is confirmed that it's like one big multiverse. And I'm not sure about this, but I guess it is. In this series or these books, they jump like between universes or dimensions or something, and there are a lot of references to other books like like The Shining, like so many others. And those two I read, but there are still a lot of them that I didn't read. So I want to read more Stephen King before I get into this one. So these ones are necessarily... The main reason isn't that it's like a big series and a lot of big books or something like that. The main reason is because I haven't read enough of Stephen King to get into this one. So yeah, those were some of the books that scare me or intimidate me. With a lot of these books, I think when I actually finish them, it's gonna be like a very satisfying moment or fulfilling moment, and I'm gonna be very proud of myself. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the day that I finish like War and Peace, for example. I'm gonna be very proud of myself, and I'm gonna feel like I grew up. So, but yeah, let me know if there are some books that intimidate you and that you keep postponing. And yeah, like the video, comment, all that. I have to say these things at the start of the video because most people don't watch until the end. Anyway, like the video, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye, guys.